Good evening to one and all. Now we are going to discuss about one more video that is called electronic configuration of an elements in cells. Okay, what is the definition of electronic configuration? The systematic arrangement of electrons into various shells or subcells in an atom is called electronic configuration, or the distribution of electrons into various cells or subcells in an atom is called electronic configuration. Okay, this electron configuration is represented by in shells Bohr scheme. Okay, according to Bohr, these two are scientists. There are some guidelines are given. That is, the first one is the maximum number of electrons present in a shell is given by 2n square, where n indicates shell number or number of shells or principal quantum number. Here now you can observe this is shell n, maximum number of electrons, formula 2n square. If you take here shells, K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell. One number of orbits 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of orbits. Maximum number of electrons here 2 into 1 square is equal to 2. 2 into 2 square is equal to 8. 2 into 3 square is equal to 18. 2 into 4 square is equal to 32. The first point is the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in a shell is given by the formula 2n square, where n is equal to shell number. And rule number 2, the electrons may go into the outermost shell. The electrons may go into a new shell or new outer shell when 8 electrons are completed. 8 electrons are completed in outermost shell. Rule number 3, the outermost shell cannot have more than 8 electrons. The outermost shell cannot have more than 8 electrons, and penultimate shell cannot have more than 18 electrons. And finally, last point, the outermost shell cannot have more than 8 electrons. Here last point, the outermost shell cannot have more than 2 electrons, and a penultimate shell cannot have more than 9 electrons. The outermost shell cannot have more than 2 electrons. The outermost shell cannot have more than 2 electrons, and penultimate shell cannot have more than 9 electrons unless the next inner shell shall have inner shell has received the maximum number of electrons required by rule number 1. It means this is the maximum number of electrons. The maximum number of electrons in a K shell is 2. The maximum number of electrons in L shell is 8. The maximum number of electrons in M shell is 18. The maximum number of electrons in N shell 32. Okay, this is information about distribution of electrons into various cells by using of Bohr scheme. Thank you.